In the vast landscape of digital currencies, where does ADA currently stand? A question that's been on many minds lately given the volatile nature of cryptocurrency markets. Let's dive right in and examine the current state of ADA. As it stands now, ADA is trading at a rate of 58.95 cents and has experienced a slight gain of 1.28%. This modest uptick paints a picture of neutrality on the charts, a calm amidst the storm, if you will. However, when we consider the monthly return ratio, we see a different story unfold. ADA has experienced a negative return of 21.30% over the past month, a significant drop that has surely caught the attention of investors. Yet, it's not all doom and gloom. Despite the monthly downturn, the yearly return has been a promising 54.30%. This shows that ADA has been able to weather the storm and come out on top in the long run, a testament to its resilience and potential for growth. Now let's take a look at the ADA to Bitcoin pair. Currently, it sits at 0.0000853 BTC. What does this mean? Well, in simple terms, it's a measure of ADA's value relative to Bitcoin, the granddaddy of all cryptocurrencies. And with a market cap of $21.77 billion, ADA is not a minor player in the crypto world. Despite the recent downturn causing a 26% loss, analysts predict a rebound for ADA towards the 80 cents mark. But how likely is this? Patterns often tell a story in the world of crypto. So what does ADA's double top pattern reveal? Well, let's dive in a little. A double top pattern is a classic technical analysis model indicating a trend reversal. It's formed when the price of a crypto, in this case ADA, reaches the same high twice but fails to break through, creating what looks like two mountain peaks on a chart. This pattern often signifies a bearish outlook, suggesting that ADA could be facing a downturn. But, like all things in crypto, there's always a room for surprise. Now let's talk about volatility. Volatility is essentially the degree of variation in a crypto's price. It's a measure of uncertainty or risk, and it's a double-edged sword. High volatility can mean high rewards, but also high risk. Recently, ADA's price volatility has been on a decline. This could imply a decrease in investor interest, as less risk often means less potential for rapid gains. But here's the kicker. Even with decreased volatility, ADA's trading volume stands at a remarkable $249.51 million. That's a substantial amount of ADA changing hands, suggesting that, while the price may not be making wild swings, there's still a significant amount of activity happening. So what does this all mean? Well, the double top pattern and decreased volatility could suggest a bearish outlook for ADA with potentially less investor interest, but the high trading volume indicates that ADA is far from dormant. With the volatility decreasing, ADA's investor interest seems to be on a low ebb. Yet, could the social dominance data tell us a different story? Now, let's pivot to the social landscape. How does ADA fare in terms of social dominance and development activity? In the world of cryptocurrencies, social dominance is a barometer of interest and engagement. It's a measure of how much a particular coin is being discussed and debated across various social platforms. For ADA, the data shows a surge in social dominance. This means that the buzz around ADA is growing, and its footprint in the crypto chatter is expanding. But remember, increased social dominance doesn't always equate to a positive sentiment. It simply means ADA is receiving more attention. On the other hand, the data from X followers, a significant group of ADA enthusiasts, paints a different picture. They present a less than rosy outlook. The reasons for this negative sentiment among this group are not clear, but it's a reminder that, in the volatile world of crypto, not every uptick in social dominance is an endorsement. Now, let's switch gears and talk about development activity. Here's where we find some encouraging news. ADA's development activity is positive, clocking in at an impressive 86.31. This figure indicates that ADA's developers are actively working on improving the coin, a promising sign for its future prospects. In terms of open interest, which is essentially the total number of outstanding contracts that have not been settled, there's been an uptick. It's increased by 0.76% to $1.1 billion. This means more people are entering into contracts for ADA, indicating a growing interest in this cryptocurrency. With a positive surge in social dominance, but a negative outlook from followers, ADA presents a mixed bag. What then does the future hold for ADA? As we peer into the crystal ball, what potential lies ahead for ADA? As we move forward, it's worthwhile to examine some key parameters of ADA. First off, let's not forget the total supply of this cryptocurrency, a staggering 45 billion. That's right, 45 billion. A number that's as impressive as it is daunting. But what does it mean for ADA's future? It's a signal of ADA's potential reach, its capacity to be adopted by a substantial number of users and investors. Next, let's consider the volume to market cap ratio, which currently stands at 0.0115. This ratio is a measure of liquidity and trading activity relative to the size of the market. It's a crucial metric that can provide insights into the stability and maturity of a cryptocurrency. A lower ratio can often indicate a more established and less volatile market. Now let's talk about the current position of ADA. The coin is hovering around the 100-day exponential moving average, an indicator often used by traders to assess the momentum of an asset. This suggests that ADA is facing selling pressure in the market, with investors potentially looking to offload their holdings. This brings us to our next point, the support and resistance levels. Support levels represent a price level where buying is strong enough to prevent the price from falling further. For ADA, the support levels are at 55 cents and 53 cents. On the other hand, resistance levels are price points at which selling is thought to be strong enough to prevent the price from rising higher. ADA's resistance levels are at 61 cents and 66 cents. These levels could be key to ADA's future performance, with breaks above resistance or below support potentially signaling significant price movements. In the unpredictable world of cryptocurrencies, ADA's future teeters on various factors. Only time will reveal if it can indeed gain momentum above the 60 cents mark.